Coming up today on this week's episode, inFAMOUS 2 to join the play, create, share genre, Bungie confirms next title to be MMO, Insomniac Games details Resistance 3's online multiplayer, my interview with the community manager for MLB 11 The Show, and much, much more. This is Nick's Gaming View.
Access granted.
Hello everybody, welcome to Nick's Gaming View, episode number 39. You're here with your host, Nick McCandless. Now I apologize for not having a show last week. I had so much work going on between the show planned for this week, the Resistance 3 interview that was on the GamerAccess.com. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to check it out. And something else that wasn't quite able to be fit in this week, but will be on next week's show, hopefully. Let me just say, it's going to be with a correspondent. That's the only hint I'm giving you though. So let's go ahead and get to the news. GDC is taking place right now, so there's a ton of news. So let me go ahead and release the big announcements. Now, Sony unleashes price cuts on their handheld gaming devices. Sony has officially slashed the PSP Go's price again of $199.99 to $149.99 and the PSP 3000's price of $169.99 to $129.99. Now remember, the PSP Go's price of $249 was dropped to $199 only back in October of last year. These price cuts are likely due to the anticipation of the recently revealed NGP device that is in the works to hit this holiday season. So if you're a late adopter or just wanted to pick up another PlayStation Portable, now's the time to do so. $129 gets you a PSP 3000, $149 gets you a PSP Go if you're into the all-digital format. Can't beat those prices. So if you haven't picked up a PSP, now's the time to do it. Now, Bungie has revealed that their next title will be an MMO. So after numerous rumors of Bungie's next title possibly being an MMO and the teasing statement from Joseph Staten at last year's GDC, Bungie has confirmed the rumors and set the speculation to rest. During Bungie's panel session at GDC, David Aldridge, lead network engineer for Bungie Studios, revealed to the public that Bungie's next title is a, quote, massively multiplayer action game. No further details yet. So it's confirmed. We no longer have to speculate, oh, is Bungie coming out with MMO? It's been confirmed. What they're going to do? Who knows? Is it going to be multi-platform? More than likely, because they're no longer tied to Microsoft. But who knows? I'll definitely keep you updated. Now, GDC 2011 has been great. But to me, one game has owned the stage. inFAMOUS 2. So inFAMOUS 2 will be joining the play, create, share genre along with Little Big Planet. This new feature will allow PS3 users to create their own unique missions and then share them with the world, similar to what Media Molecule has pulled off with the Little Big Planet franchise. Gamers will be given access to all the characters, creatures, and props available throughout the single-player adventure of inFAMOUS 2, leaving the community with endless possibilities. After investing your valuable time into constructing your mission, uploading to the PlayStation Network for other gamers to experience is painless. Once you upload it, PS3 gamers around the world will see your mission as they venture the world just like the regular missions. When you walk up to a user-generated mission, you will be presented with the creator's PSN ID, the community's rating of the event, and more. Early next month, being April, Sucker Punch will unleash the inFAMOUS 2 beta, and they will be announcing how you can get into the beta on March 14th. So that's a lot of information, isn't it? I'm definitely excited to see what Sucker Punch is able to pull off with this. Definitely excited to see what the community can pull off. I mean, look at Little Big Planet. Look how far that's came. Same thing can happen with inFAMOUS 2. Cannot wait. We'll find out how it works out next month when the beta goes live. And March 14th, we'll find out how you can get in. I'm going to try to contact some of my people to see if I can get some codes to hand out, but no promises yet. So, I'll keep you guys updated. Now, PlayStation Home 1.5 intrudes gamers' interests. So Sony officially revealed the latest version of PlayStation Home, which will be launching later this year in the early spring. PlayStation Home 1.5 will introduce true real-time multiplayer, enhanced physics, improved graphics and animations, all leading to high-quality games provided through PlayStation Home. 1.5 introduces a plethora of new development tools and features to the developers of the social gaming platform to allow for many more gaming possibilities. All I gotta say is wow. What was the number one complaint about PlayStation Home? It's on a gaming platform and it has no interest for gamers. Here you go. Endless possibilities with the gaming engines. They're giving developers unlimited possibilities to produce high quality games for us to access at no additional charge. Now, yes, there may be some extra content, but getting into PlayStation Home, absolutely free. This is going to be huge. I cannot wait to see what's produced. They already showed Sodium 2. That looks like a full-blown PS3 game, but it's being developed in PlayStation Home. Big shout outs to the people at PlayStation Home. They're doing an amazing job. Believe it or not, they are working their tails off. They are listening to the feedback of the community. So while it may not be what you want right now, just continue to support it. Because it may take a while to get to where you want it to be, but it's going to get there, trust me. Trust me. Now, Insomniac details Resistance 3's online multiplayer. Resistance 3's online multiplayer will feature 16-player battles between the humans and Chimera for deathmatch and objective-based modes. Insomniac decided to drop from 60 players down to 16 to ensure tighter, more focused battles were present in the third title of the franchise. Customization will also play key in Resistance 3's online multiplayer, as players will be able to build their very own progression paths, spend and earn points to completely customize their weapon layout. Players will have the ability to gain experience in a variety of support abilities, such as enhancing your team's radar. Also, tactical abilities will also play a large role in giving you the edge of your opponents. In addition to these enhancements, players will be able to select and level a personnel and combat attribute, allowing customization to have a whole new meaning for the Resistance franchise. Still, a lot more details to be announced for the multiplayer of Resistance 3, including the addition of kill streaks, which were teased with my interview of Insomniac's brand development director earlier this week. A lot of news. Infamous 2, Resistance 3, a lot of news. Resistance 3 multiplayer was never revealed. We all knew it was coming, but as far as details go, we didn't know what was coming until just a couple days ago. Also, if you haven't been on thegamerx.com, I did an interview with Ryan Schneider, who's the brand development director for Insomniac Games, so be sure to check that out. But Resistance 3 is coming end of this year, September 6th to be exact. The multiplayer, whole new level. Cannot wait to see what they're able to pull off, and they still got a lot more to announce. So that basically ends it for the news. Now let's go ahead and head into my interview with the community manager for MLB 11 The Show, Ramone Russell. I'll be right back. Hello everybody, this is Nick, the host of Nick's Game and View and CEO of thegameraccess.com. I'm here with a very special guest today. I'd like to introduce you all to Ramone Russell, community manager for the upcoming baseball simulator MLB 11 The Show. How are you doing today, Ramone?
I'm pretty awesome. How about yourself?
Great, not doing bad myself either. Now, before we jump into any specifics, can you give us an overview of what your job is at Sony San Diego Studios?
I'm like the utility player. You know, I do a lot. So I'm involved with pretty much every portion of the design and production of the game.
Alright, so since you pretty much have training in every aspect of this game, can you provide us with an overview of what you guys are bringing to the table with MLB 11 The Show?
Okay, so, every year we want to bring you closer to, real MLB baseball. This year we think we've done that we've given you new ways to play the game with our analog control scheme. We've revamped fielding completely. We pretty much completely ripped out our fielding engine and started from scratch. We've redone Road to the Show, so Road to the Show 5.0. We really think if you're a fan of Road to the Show, you're really going to love this year's iteration. We have all new online stages. We've added a ton of features to online leagues. We've added every 30-team broadcast camera. There are tons of new lighting updates. We have dynamic cloud cover. The list just goes on and on and on. If you're a baseball fan, you've been a fan of our franchise, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with the game this year.
Alright, now, obviously you guys have brought a lot of additions to the game software-wise, but you guys are bringing PlayStation Move and 3D support for the first time to the MLB The Show franchise. What was it like implementing two brand new technologies into MLB 11 The Show, and what struggles would you say you encountered during the development process?
Well, luckily I'm not a programmer, so, if you ask them, I'm pretty sure they give you different answers. But, 3D we wanted to do it intelligently. We didn't just want to throw 3D in the game where everything jumps off the screen and it didn't make a whole lot of sense. So we wanted to do it in a way that you would notice it, and it would be a feature that you'd like instead of just a novelty that you'll play once or twice. And the way we've done it is we've made all of our on-screen displays 3D, we made all the players 3D, and we made the ball 3D, so the ball jumps off the screen more. And some people actually like it because it helps them read breaking pitches. Move support, we looked at putting move in the entire game. It just didn't work out in our pipeline this year, and we found out we would get really, really tired really, really quickly. So we decided to do move only in Home Run Derby. And it's a quick arcade game, arcade mode. It takes you like 4 or 5 minutes to play, and you can even play it with small children, and it's just a lot of fun.
All right, so you're saying that PlayStation Move it's only in the Home Run Derby.
Only in Home Run Derby for MLB 11.
Do you think that maybe since you guys will have more time to work with it for MLB 12, we might see it down the line fully implemented?
It's a possibility. It's always a possibility. It's all what fits in the pipeline and, what we think the type of experience we can deliver to our fans. If it makes sense, we'll definitely investigate putting it in other portions of the game.
All right, cool. Now, along with PlayStation Move, along with 3D, co-op has been one of the most talked about features coming to MLB 11 The Show. How exactly is this going to work, and what made you guys decide to pursue this addition to the franchise?
It's something that our fans have wanted for a while. And the way co-op works is, you can do 2 versus 2, 2 human opponents versus 2 other human opponents. You can do 2 versus 1. And it's a lot of fun. The way we do it is you choose your responsibilities before you jump in the game. So if we're on the same team, I can choose to pitch the entire game, or we can choose to alternate pitching. Hitting's the same way. I can choose to hit the entire game, or we can choose to alternate. Or you can take pitching the entire game, and I can take hitting. Fielding, you pick your responsibilities as well. So out in the outfield, I can choose, I'm going to have the catcher, and I'm going to have the outfield. And you can take the infield and the pitcher all the time. And it's really, really fun. You have 4 guys sitting down talking trash, and you're throwing errors, and you're not turning over plays. It's a blast to play with a couple of friends.
All right, so you also mentioned that before, early on the interview, that this is Road to the Show 5.0. Obviously, with Road to the Show being the highlight for the franchise, what have you guys added and or improved with this year's offering?
Pretty much the entire mode, and it starts with when you jump into mode for the first time. What we've added this year is our interactive slider set, which allows you to create a player more based upon what you think is important. So if you choose to make a first baseman or center fielder, and contact is more important even than power, you can crank the contact slider all the way to the left, or crank the power slider all the way to the right, so you'll have more power starting out. The same thing goes for speed and strength. Do you want to be a speed guy, or do you want to be a strength guy? And then our last slider for position players is glove and arm. Do you want to have a cannon arm, or do you want to have a glove where you can get to pretty much anything hit by you? And with these interactive slider sets, it allows you to create a player starting out more tailored to what you think is important in your Road to the Show career. The next big change in Road to the Show is we've gotten rid of our dynamic goal system. That's been pretty much completely taken out of the game, and your manager will only ever ask you to do 2 things, and it's lay down a bunt or do a hit and run. Other than that, he's not going to ask you to do anything. So what we've replaced the dynamic goal system with is our player performance evaluator, and we evaluate you on every at-bat and every batter faces a pitcher, and we give you grades. At the end of the game, we tally up all these grades, and that's how we give you your training points now. And it doesn't stop there. We've also added, we have intelligence on the back end, so we know what you're lacking at, and we know, if you're a position player and you keep making bad contact, we'll send you into contact training, which is a brand new training mode. If you're a guy who can't read pitches, we'll send you into pitch recognition training mode. And we do all this intelligently, not only so you get more training points, but it helps you become a better player in the game as well.
So bringing even more customization to the mode, basically.
Yeah, a lot of customization. We wanted to make the logic more like minor league logic. And another thing that we've done is we've changed the way you progress in the franchise. So if you start tearing it up in the minors, and the guy above you, if he doesn't have too much of a higher rating than you do, and your numbers are better than his, you'll get called up and he'll get sent down. This also works vice versa. If the guy below you is tearing it up, you'll get sent down and he'll get called up.
Alright, and actually when you were just speaking about that, going back to the co-op, question came up. Now, is that going to be just local, or is that going to be also available on multiplayer online?
It's both. It's both. You can do co-op online and you can do it local. The way co-op works local is you can have 4 people on one console. The way it works online is you can only do 2 consoles at one time. So your friend has to, so if you have 4 people, 2 of you have to be on the same console.
Okay.
Or you can have 2 people in different locations and you can play against the computer in co-op.
Alright, that sounds awesome. Cool. So, since we're talking about online multiplayer, MLB 10 The Show offered a great multiplayer experience. But have you guys invested any more time into improving the online multiplayer further with MLB 11 The Show besides the co-op?
Of course. Yeah, every year we always look at our net code and try to speed things up. And what you really want to do is, obviously, you want to be on a wire connection. You don't want to be wireless because it's a peer-to-peer connection. Once you connect with your opponent, it's pretty much based on your connection. So you want to try to always make sure you're paying attention to the guy you're playing with and make sure you have a good connection. What we've also done for our leagues, we've added a ton of we've given the commissioners the ability to not only reset games, but you can delete games. You can also give out different assignments. So if you're going to go on vacation for a week, you can make sure your league doesn't stop. We have also added the ability to have computer control teams in leagues as well.
All right. Now, so the online, the new game modes, game's looking solid. But the first thing people are going to see are the graphics. Now, the MLB The Show franchise is known for its renowned presentation and visual appeal. What were you guys able to pull off this year to improve this even further?
The first thing you'll notice is we have a new lighting engine in game. And if you compare it directly to MLB 10, you'll notice a major difference in our lighting. We have dynamic cloud cover. We have dust to darkness transitions we didn't have before. And we have all new player models this year that more reflect real human anatomy. And these are changes you'll notice the moment you pop in the game.
Okay, so we've talked about the game. Now, when MLB 11 The Show was originally announced, it was revealed that it would once again launch exclusively on the PS3, PSP, and PS2. With many developers focusing primarily on the current HD consoles, what keeps you guys interested in still developing for the PlayStation 2?
It's our fans. As long as people continue to buy the PS2 version, we'll continue to make it.
Simple answer. That's all we needed. Now, you guys continue to blow our socks off year to year with the MLB The Show franchise. With MLB 11 The Show, do you feel you have reached the PS3's limits, and how much life do you see left in Sony's gaming powerhouse?
Oh no! I mean, we have tons of features, like hundreds of features that we want to put in the game. You know, but because we're beholden to the 10-month development cycle, we can only do so much. So every year we're going to try to put as much content in the game as we can to warrant another $60 from everybody who bought the game last year. And that's the way we're always going to approach the game. We love our fans. If it wasn't for you spending your $60, we wouldn't have a job. So it's always our number one goal to make sure that there's enough content in the game so that when you don't think twice about what baseball games you own on the PS3 console year in and year out.
Like the mentality, if only every developer thought that way. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Sony revealed their upcoming gaming handheld codenamed the NGP at the end of January. Have you had any time to test out this brand new hardware, and what are you looking forward to the most with the successor to Sony's PlayStation Portable?
Sadly, at this time, I can't really speak on NGP and how it relates to our plan.
Alright, pretty much answer for everyone else, but we're definitely looking to see what you guys can pull off. Seems like a hardware beast, so we'll definitely look to see what we can see from you guys. Now, with the MLB The Show franchise being based around the game of baseball, do you ever see innovation coming to an end for the franchise?
No, because we're all crazy baseball fans at heart, and every year we start out with a list that's like 100 features, and we have to get that down to like 25. And then next year, we'll try to get some of those other 75 features that we couldn't fit in last year's game and this year's game. And it's that same cycle, and it's always been that way. We pretty much never run out of ideas that we want to try to implement year in and year out.
Alrighty, well that's about it. I would like to thank you for spending your valuable time to speak with me on MLB 11 The Show. Now, before we head out, is there anything you would like to share about the future of the franchise?
Just stay tuned. We think this year's game is much better than last year's game. This time next year, we're going to say the exact same thing. We're going to come with you with brand new features, new ways to play the game, and we're going to continue trying to innovate the franchise.
Alrighty, thanks once again, Ramone, the community manager for MLB 11 The Show. Be sure to check it out when it comes out March 8th. It's going to be a hit. Alright guys, I'm back. Once again, big shouts to Ramone Russell, the community manager for MLB 11 The Show, and Eric Levine, PR behind the title. He's the one that actually set it up for me. I do apologize for some of the crowd noise. It was a phone interview done while he was at GDC. So there was some background noise. Now I edited it out as much as possible. There's only so much I can do. Still pretty clear. You can still understand what's going on. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I also have MLB 11 The Show in possession, and I was planning on publishing my review in the show this week. But unfortunately, due to embargo, I have to wait till Monday. So March 7th, you can expect my MLB 11 The Show interview on thegameraccess.com. Not that far away. So let's go ahead and head into my question of the week. Do you guys feel that PlayStation Home 1.5 is what the service has needed all along? Do you feel once PlayStation Home 1.5 goes live early this spring, it's going to be a worthwhile service? Let me know in the comment section. It's bringing gamers what they've always wanted, high quality games. Or will it change the service for the good? Let me know. Thanks once again for watching the show. You can contact me at admin@thegameraccess.com. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/thegameraccess. Be sure to visit the site, thegameraccess.com. Have a lot of content coming. A lot of stuff in the works. I want to thank you all for the support. I received a ton of emails from my last episode related to the Jessica Negri video interview. Once again, big shout out to Jessica Negri. We've been talking a bit. So we've got plans, but we wanted to reach out to you guys. What would you like to see from Jessica Negri on Nick's Game Review or thegameraccess.com in general? Like I said, we've been communicating. We're trying to get stuff involved. We have a couple ideas. But what do you guys want to see? Now, be realistic, please. But what do you guys want to see from Jessica Negri on the show? Let us know so we can bring the content to you guys. So thanks once again for watching Nick's Game Review episode number 39. Check back next week. I should have something pretty interesting for you guys. Thanks once again. I'm out.